back with another stream, and we're playing some Fire Emblem. So I actually had started playing Fire Emblem 2 days ago, but something happened where my audio, my in-game audio wasn't recording it. It was just me talking. So I'm gonna start this up. I mean, I just got to the prologue and finished the first mission anyway, so it doesn't matter. We'll go ahead and run it again. Run it. Let's see, delete. Yes. Yes. Alright. New game, baby! Normal for beginners and intermediate players. For experienced players, this is my first time playing Fire Emblem. Casual. Fallen units rise again after the battle ends. Classic. Fallen units are lost forever. Every decision counts. Ooh. I'm gonna go casual right now, and then the next time I run it back, I'll do classic. Connect to the network and play online. No, I'm good right now. I like at the bottom how they have this little pixelated like Fire Emblem character. It's pretty dope. Dang, what the... This is pretty sick. Dang. It's like an anime. It's like the Goblin Slayer. That's tight. She's not having it. Oh, Astral Chain. Ooh, she's finished. Nope.
Do you recall the Red Canyon? You'll die. Die.
Holy crap.
You took everything that I loved. He's gone now, Mother.
That was pretty sick. You can't lie on that. Wow, wow, wow. Look at this little green Heffany.
Could have brought you here.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder how you got in here.
Oh, blessings. There's an auto advance. X button for the win.
It's most rude to interrupt a moment of repose. Very rude indeed. Now come to me. I wish to have a look at you.
Am I a man? Oh, 'tis a lady. Go with this guy. I'll run the girl in the next one. Yes.
I have not seen the likes of you before.
Oh,
you
really?
anyway?
I'm a ghost. I'm a demon. I'm immortal. I'm a demon.
Do not deceive. You would do well to keep your wit in line. I see. Then you must have a name of sorts. Go on.
We are going to be Kano. Kano is correct.
Huh. I shall not ever grow accustomed to the sound of human names.
Shout out to Mortal Kombat.
You must possess a day of birth as well. Beneath which moon and on what day were you born to this world?
Alright, let's keep it real. Where did that Blue Sea move? Alright, the Blue Sea Moon it is. Let's see.
Wow, wonders never cease. It seems we share.
Oops.
It all feels so familiar. I think it may be time for yet another nap. It is almost time to.
I don't think I put the controller down that hard, but whatever.
Hey, time to wake up.
Premier Village.
Are you having that dream again?
I was dreaming about war. I was dreaming about a young girl. War.
Massive armies clashing on a vast field, right? Oh, there hasn't been a battle like that in over 3 centuries.
It's been crazy.
In any case, just put that out of your mind for now. The battlefield is no place for idle thoughts. Risking your life is part of the job for mercenaries like us. Letting your mind wander is a sure way to get yourself killed. Okay, time to get moving. Our next job is in the kingdom. I told you before, it's far from here, so we'll need to leave at dawn. Oh, good grief. Everyone is already waiting for us outside.
Gerald, sir, sorry to barge in, but your presence is needed.
Some sort of
What's that?
mercenary.
Please forgive our intrusion. We wouldn't bother you with a situation not dire.
What do a bunch of kids like you want at this hour?
We're being pursued by a group of bandits. I can only hope that you will be so kind as to lend your support.
Bandits? Here?
It's true. They attacked us while we were at rest in our camp.
We've been separated from our companions and we're outnumbered. They're after our lives, not to mention our gold.
I'm impressed you're staying so calm considering the situation. Wait, that uniform.
Bandits spotted just outside the village. Damn, there were a lot of them.
I guess they followed you all the way here. We can't abandon this village now. Come on, let's move. Hope you're ready.
Born ready, Gerald. Auto save, baby. Little Fire Emblem character. See my guard dog over here? He's taking a little nap. He's taking a little nap. Oh, player phase. I guess this is how they teach us how to play.
Before they overrun the village. Take down the enemies in front first. That should take the wind out of their sails.
Okay. Select a unit and then move next to an enemy. While your unit is next to an enemy, the command window will open. To attack, select the attack command and choose a weapon. Sounds good.
Stay focused.
So my only means of attack is an iron sword. It looks like it has 40 usage before it gets dull or whatever. So let's go. Weapon durability. Okay, so it's the durability of the weapon. I guess it's like the HP. A weapon will break when repeated use brings its durability to 0. You can fight with a broken weapon, but your might, MT, and hit rate will be reduced. An enemy will make follow-up attacks more easily. Be careful with your weapons. You cannot repair them mid-battle. Cool. This tells me the terrain, defense terrain for all except 5s. Okay, whatever. Neutral terrain. Gotta catch these fools lacking. Big boss is over here. So we gotta go through 2, 5, 6. Easy.
Ready and willing.
I'll cut through.
I will prevail.
I did that because I want my player to get all the HP. For the experience points. Dang, homegirl just missed with that axe?
We'll advance while protecting ourselves from the enemy. Take up position inside the forest.
Terrain effects. Certain terrain will have effects on the unit occupying it. Forests, for instance, raise a unit's evasion and defense. Move your units to an advantageous terrain and prepare to meet the enemy. Alright, so my might is 13, his is 6. My hit ratio is 100%, his is 77. And I have a 4 critical, I don't know what that's for. Got him!
Should I have held back?
No. Use the battle menu to create bookmarks, saves. Create bookmark saves. View tutorial guides and more. To access it, press the A button when the cursor is on a space without an active unit. Battle phases. Once all of your units have taken action, the player phase ends and the enemy phase begins. You can end the player phase early by selecting End from the battle menu. Okay. Wait. Oh! Iron Axe.
Yes, good. If we're in the forest, we can sustain their attacks without losing the advantage.
Terrain types. Forests are not the only terrain type you will encounter. Keep an eye out for others, such as thickets and heel tiles. You can see the effects of the terrain by placing your cursor over it. Press the X button on an enemy space to toggle terrain information and unit icons. Okay.
Failure is not an option.
Yeah. Whoop. Dimitri, go. His might's 13. Just ought to end this fool.
Over already.
Let's go. 4-on-1. Miss. Oh, he shanked me. No, I can't let that happen.
This is a fine opportunity. Use the combat arts I taught you.
Combat arts. Combat arts are powerful techniques that use more weapon durability than usual. They do not typically follow for follow-up attacks. Or they don't. They do not typically allow for follow-up attacks. Units learn new combat art when their weapon skills level go up. There are no combat arts for reason or faith. Those skills grant magic instead. Cool. Crushed him. Dang, he paid for that.
Witness my power.
Using items. Select the item option to change your equipped weapon or use the item such as the Vulnerary, which restores your unit's hit points. Okay.
Attack when an ally is nearby, and the enemy will be intimidated, making them easier to hit.
Linked attacks. When you attack an enemy that is also in attack range of one more of your other units, you will trigger a linked attack. During a linked attack, your avoid rate and hit rate are higher than normal. Linked attacks between certain units will also raise might. Good use of linked attacks is key to defeat powerful enemies. Linked attacks will also build support among the units involved. Bet. Let's get this shit. I'm up. Come on, boy. That's right, girl. Dimitri. Bring those cheats. Enemy phase. Let's go. What y'all got?
Damn. Why are there mercenaries in the village?
Costas.
Guess we'll have to deal with them too.
Yeah. That's right. Come on, son. What was the button they said to hold over the enemies? X? Item drop. An item icon on an enemy indicates that you will get the item that is highlighted green in the unit's detail display when you defeat them.
I'm gonna kill you where you stand.
Yeah, we'll find out about that. My man Claude. His might is only 12. Iron Lance. My might's 13. 90 hit ratio 2. Alright, what's... $21, 82, and 5. Dang, she's strong as hell. Her hit ratio. Level up.
One step at a time.
Alright, Dimitri.
Hey, you with the flank stare! Out of my way!
Yeah. Ate that. No! Dang. Dodged it. My man over here is trying to sack Claude. Swing him. Yes!
Your defeat was inevitable.
Dang, man. I think she's killed the most people. Even more than me.
Be mindful.
Alright, my hit ratio I think goes up because I got Claude next to me. 76 over 59. Oh-ho! Yes! With the dodge roll. Bink!
It was a good try.
94 per hit percent ratio. Alright, that's not bad.
Unexpected.
No, you're just gonna wait, homegirl.
Use caution.
Damn, he got me.
Forgive me, everyone. My battle ends.
I forgot to heal him. Shit.
What the? Aren't you Gerald? What's a renowned mercenary like you doing here?
I'm the one who should be complaining. I'm caught up in the mess you started.
Got this. Clocked him.
I'm not done yet.
Oh, I received an iron axe. Oh, that's my grandma and my mom.
Honestly, what are you accomplishing with that little stunt? It's like you're trying to get me killed, you fool. Well, it's fine. After all, if you don't know the value of your own life, you're not going to protect it very well, are you? Of course not. Well then, I guess it's up to me to guide you from now on, right? You can call me Sophus, but I'm also known as the Beginning.
Damn, the beginning? That's hard.
Sothis. Yes, that is it. My name is Sothis. And I am also called the Beginning.
Is she so sleepy she doesn't
Once
remember her
called me
name?
that. I was not able to recall my name until just now. And just like that, it came to me. How odd. That look upon your face. Did you think me a child? A mere child who forgot her own name?
I have to remember to use the phone here.
That child just saved your life. And what does that make you?
I'm not a child.
Such
You saw me
arrogance.
wield that
You
sword?
look the part, but are you truly an adult? You threw yourself before an axe to save just one young girl. Yet all is well, as I have stalled the flow of time for now. You would have died had I not intervened.
So monkey. Good. Come here. I don't want your cookie. Get that shit out of here.
I do not hear your gratitude. Perhaps I should force you to leave?
No.
There now. Is gratitude so much to ask?
I asked
did
a
deem
question.
you worth saving after all. Though it is only momentary, time has stopped. However did I manage that?
Don't know. You could have did it then.
When time begins again, the axe will tear into your flesh and you will surely meet your end. How rude of you to drag me into this. Now what to do? Of course! I must turn back the hands of time!
Duh.
Yes, I do believe it can be done. You really
I knew
are
it.
quite
I knew she
troublesome.
could do it. So they're
I
bullshit.
cannot wind back time too far, but all is well. You are aware of what's to come, which means you can protect yourself this time.
Yeah.
Now go! Yes, you who bears the flames within. Drift through the flow of time to find the answers that you seek.
What the hell?
Hey, over here!
Oh man. Alright, let's see what we can do. What? This computer does not meet the requirements to still deliver high quality
The
content
Knights of
without
Seros are
computer
here.
experience drop
We'll
frame
cut
rates
you
by
down
reducing
for
it
terrorizing our
recording
students. Hey, the thieves are running away. Go after them.
settings. Go after. Alright, let's go. We got this.
The students seem to be unharmed. And who's this?
Why him?
A skirmish it down. She got the MVP. Really? That's because she was doing a lot of work. But she also missed a lot of kills. Dang. That says a lot.
Captain Gerald? It is you. Goodness, it's been ages. Don't you recognize me? It's Alois, your old right-hand man. Well, that's how I always thought of myself anyway. Oh, it must have been 20 years ago that you went missing without a trace. I always knew you were still alive.
You haven't changed a bit, Alois. Just as loud as ever. And drop that captain nonsense. I'm not your captain anymore. These days, I'm just a wandering mercenary. One who has work to do. Goodbye, old friend.
Right.
He looks cool.
Goodbye, Captain.
Plus,
Wait,
outfit does.
that isn't how this ends. I insist that you return to the monastery with me.
Garrig Mach Monastery. I suppose this was inevitable.
And how about you, kid? Are you the captain's child?
He's a stranger to me. I'm a bandit. That is correct. I'm a bandit.
Great sense of humor, this one. Clearly cut from the same cloth as the captain. I'd love for you to see the monastery too. You will join me, won't you? What's troubling you, Captain? You aren't about to run off again, are you?
Even I wouldn't dare run from the Knights of Seros.
Knights of Seros. They do seem rather skilled. Ah, it seems your presence is required. Get going.
I appreciate your help back there. Your skill is beyond question.
Your
You're
skills is
clearly
beyond
an
question.
experienced mercenary. And your father, that would be Gerald, the Bladebreaker? Former captain of the Knights of Seros. Oft praised as the strongest knight to ever live. Have I missed anything? You haven't heard of the Knights of Saros?
Nope.
The most famous order of knights in all of Fodlan.
Hey, you are coming with us to the monastery, right? Of course you are. I'd love to bend your ear as we travel. Oh, I should mention that the three of us are students of the Officers' Academy at Garrigmach Monastery. We were doing some training exercises when those bandits attacked. I definitely got the worst of it.
That would be because you ran off.
Too true. I was the first to make a strategic retreat. Everything would have worked out if these two hadn't followed me and ruined everything. Because of them, every single one of those bandits chased after us. Utterly ridiculous.
Ah, so that's what you were thinking, Claude. And here I thought you were acting as a decoy for the sake of us all.
His intentions were as clear as day. You will prove a lacking ruler if you cannot see the truth behind a person's words.
You will prove a lacking ruler yourself if you look for deceit behind every word and fail to trust those whom you rely on.
Oh, joy. A royal debate between their highnesses. I wonder how being completely predictable affects one's ability to wield power. Personally, as the embodiment of distrust, I'd say your little exchange smacks of naivete.
Me, naive. Tell me, are you actually incapable of keeping quiet, or is your lack of self-awareness a condition of some sort?
In any case, forgive our digression. I must speak with you if you can spare a moment. The way you held your ground against the bandits' leader was captivating. You never lost control of the situation. It showed me I still have much to learn.
Your skill is precisely why I must ask you to consider lending your services to the Empire. I might as well tell you now, I am no mere student. I am also the Adrestian Empire's...
Halt, Edelgard. Please allow me to finish my own proposition. The Holy Kingdom of Fargus is in dire need of exceptional individuals like yourself. Please, do
I like that about
consider
Dimitri.
returning to the kingdom with me.
Whoa there.
Seems like he really needs me, like he wants me.
Trying to recruit someone you just met. Tactless, really. I was personally planning to develop a deep and lasting friendship on our journey back to the monastery before begging for favors. But it seems there's no time for niceties in this world. So, capable stranger, let's get right to it. Where does your allegiance lie?
It seems one's place of birth is quite significant to them. Yet they are so impressed by you that you may take your pick. Well?
Good grief. I don't know. Alright. Let's see. At a glance, the Black Eagles have the most magic classes, but have a few dedicated mounted units. The Blue Lions have many cavalry-oriented characters, but not as many are skilled in long-range attacks. The Golden Deer have many units that make up great archers and can be trained well in various skills, but are low on dedicated unit types. Shoot! Each of the three houses include a roster of 8 students, including the young lord that acts as the house leader who will someday lead their respective nation. While many characters can be recruited to join your house over the course of a part of one, some cannot be convinced to join. The Black Eagles House consists of students of the Adrestian Empire and their house's leader, Eldergard, von Herstblade. They boast the highest amount of magic inclined units in the game, and Hubert is one of the only default mage characters that knows dark magic. Oh shit, I meant to that. At the start. However, along with the least amount of crest of any house, they suffer from a lack of dedicated physical, defensive, and mounted units. With the right training, Ferdinand can be swapped between a cavalry unit with begin an armored knight, and Petra can easily learn to become a wyvern rider. Okay. The Blue Lion's house consists of students. Oops. Consists of students from Holy Kingdom of Fargus and their house leader, Prince Dimitri. As the nation values chivalry and honor, that's all me. They have some of the best mounted units and physical tough characters of all the houses. However, they only have room for 2 magic use within their ranks, and a single natural bow user. What? That doesn't sound too good. Because of this, they may struggle to deal with ranged threats, and the abundance of mounted units can leave you vulnerable to bows or horse slayers. With unit training, you can unlock the budding talents of Felix and Civilin. Oh, sorry. Shoot. The Golden Heroes consists of students from the Leicester Alliance, and their house leader is Claude. As the house with the most commoners among them, they excel with bows and have some of the best long-range characters of all the groups. Lycia is something of an anomaly, as she possesses not 1 but 2 different crests. Tight. They are more well-rounded cast of characters that are most evenly spread in their abilities to cover a wide range of roles, but don't excel as a group in one category. Both Hilda and Raphael can adapt as armored knights, and Lawrence and Ignaz can excel as magic users if needed. Of their personality abilities, both Hilda's Advocate and Leon's Rivalry work exceptionally well when attacked alongside male units, as they deal 3 extra damage and grant Leon 2 extra damage while taking 2 less. Depending on who you adapt your students, your focus students from other houses will make great recruits. Alright. I think I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with the Leicester Alliance. And this is why. Claude. Minor Crest of Reagan can help him in battle when using combat arts, making him a great unit for hit and run attacks when combined with his bow proficiency. In Act 2, he will become a Wyvern master to further his range and sniping skills, and will most likely gain more dexterity and speed as a result. But he might be the physically weakest of the lords on his own. His personal ability will expand to Leicester Lineage Plus, and allow him to move through enemy units to attack behind the enemy lines, further cementing his role to snipe risky target and flee unlike the other lords. His budding talent for axes won't directly clash with his default class upgrades. So, I mean, that seems pretty good. That's just him as a character on his own. But I feel like they're just... I mean, every team, you can't go wrong either way. Because everyone has their own, like, checks and balances anyway, so it doesn't matter. Alright, I'm going Leicester's. League of Nobles.
Is that right? Well, that's a win for the Alliance, so I suppose I'm obligated to be happy.
All right, that's enough with the small talk. It's time to head back to the monastery.
Looks like we'll have to pick this up another time.
My, they are in such a hurry. You know, each of the three is most
My boy Norman just sent me a pair of headphones to check out. He seems quite sincere, but I sense darkness lurking beneath. Claude. His easy smile is striking, but the smile doesn't reach his eyes.
Yes, I thought the same.
I am so sleepy.
Why is she always tired?
I may be sleeping.
Damn, I gotta look at these later. Gotta YouTube it. 11:11, make a wish.
Part 1. White clouds. Great tree moon. 3 houses. The icy winds of the Agma Mountains have begun to scatter, and the verdant fields once again spring to life across Fodlan, heralding the start of a new year. As they celebrate the dawning year, the people pray that they may realize their full potential, just as a tiny sprout hopes to one day grow into a great tree. The continent of Fodlan, said to be protected by a revered goddess, has existed since time immemorial. 3 ruling powers now control the land. In the south lies a region long held by a more than 1,000-year-old dynasty, the Adrestian Empire. Beyond its borders, to the frigid north, is the home of the Holy Kingdom of Fargus, ruled by the royal family and its knights. To the east, a league of nobles that heeds no king nor emperor rules what is called the Leicester Alliance. Once consumed by a tempest of war and turmoil, Fodlan and these 3 mighty powers now exist in relative harmony.
Cool.
This will be your first time at the monastery.
I'd
I'd be happy to show you around.
It really is Fodlan in a nutshell. The good and the bad.
Like it or not, we'll be there soon enough. There it is. Garrick Mach Monastery.
This is pretty interesting. I like it.
Ray is here.
Who's Ray?
I wonder, did the flow of time bring you here?
Something like that.
It's been years since I've last set eyes on this place. To be forced to see her now, You saw her in the courtyard earlier, didn't you? The Archbishop, Lady Rhea. As you know, the majority of folks in Fodlan are devout followers of the teachings of Seros. The leader of that ridiculously large religious organization is the Archbishop, Lady Rhea.
Thank you for your patience.
Damn, don't let her
My
hear
name is
that.
Seteth. I am an advisor to the
She hears
Archbishop.
us say that, we're
Right.
doomed.
Hello.
It has been a long time, Gerald. I wonder, was it the will of the goddess that we have another chance meeting like this?
Forgive my silence all these years. Much has happened since we last spoke.
So I see. The miracle of fatherhood has blessed you. That is your child, is it not?
Yes. Born many years after I left this place. I wish I could introduce you to the mother of my child, but I'm afraid we lost her to illness.
I see. My condolences. As for you, I heard of your valiant efforts from Alois. What is your name? A fine name indeed. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you for saving those students of the Officers' Academy. Gerald, you already know what it is I wish to say, do you not?
You want me to rejoin the Knights of Seros, don't you? I won't say no, but
Your apprehension stings. I had expected that Alois would have already asked this of you. I must step away for now, but I expect they will desire a word with you soon. Please listen carefully to what they have to say. Until tomorrow, farewell.
I can't believe it. Forced back into the Knights of Seros. I'm sorry I dragged you into this. Looks like I'll be stuck here for a while. And I'm afraid your services are requested as well. Nothing like that. They want you to teach, by the sound of it. You heard those brats earlier talking about the Officers' Academy, right? Well, the Academy just happens to be short a professor. And apparently that damned Alois went and recommended you to Lady Rhea.
So, you must be the new professor. My, how stern and handsome you are.
No. I'm not the one you're looking for. You can handle things from here. Good luck. And watch out for Lady Rhea. I don't know what she's thinking making you a professor like this. She may be up to something. Stay on
Clearly
your
she
guard.
sees something in me. And you didn't,
Oh, it's
Gerald.
you then? So young.
Manuela.
Competence and age are not necessarily
Hey.
correlated, as you well know. I am Hanneman, a Crest
Hannah.
Scholar and Professor at the Officers' Academy. I wonder if you bear a crest of your own. When next you have a moment to spare, I insist that you pay me a visit so we can delve into the subject further.
I'm Manuela. I'm a professor, a physician, a songstress, and available. It's
Ooh.
nice to meet you. Of course. Before I came here, I belonged to a renowned opera company. Perhaps you've heard
Who
of
would
me?
have known? You don't
The
look like it.
Middlefranc Opera Company's beautiful, peerless.
Spare our colleague the needless chatter, Manuel. Now then, it seems you'll be taking charge of one of the Academy's 3 houses. I expect you haven't yet been briefed on the nature of each, have you?
Do you really not know? Fine. I'll do you a favor and explain. The Officers' Academy is comprised of 3 houses of students, each of which is closely affiliated with its region of origin. The Black Eagle House is for students from the Adrestian Empire. Their house leader this year is Edelgard, the Imperial Princess.
She's pretty
who is in
strong.
line to be the next emperor.
The Blue Lion House is for students from the Holy Kingdom of Fargus. Their house leader this year is Prince Dimitri. He is to be the next king of Fargus.
Lastly, there is the Golden Deer House, which is for students of the Leicester Alliance. Their house leader is Claude, grandson to Duke Regan, the leader of the Alliance.
To think that the next Emperor, King, and Sovereign Duke are all here. It certainly is a promising year for the Academy.
I'll say. I just hope none of those little treasures cause any trouble.
Quite.
She calls them little
For
treasures.
now, I suggest taking a stroll around the Academy to get your bearings. And when you've a moment, please stop by my research laboratory.
The old man has a point. Oh, and keep in mind that I've only notified the house
my spot on
leaders
the
that
couch.
you're our new professor. It's more fun that way. I suggest you try spending time with the students. Some odd ducks in that bunch, but they're good kids. I'm sure Lady Rhea will have more information for you tomorrow, but that should get you going. Good luck. You'll need it.
Have you no intention of changing your mind, Rhea? Appointing a stranger, a child no less, as a professor at our esteemed academy is...
I have made my decision, Sedith. I know worrying comes naturally to you, but there is truly no need. That stranger is Gerald's
Clearly
flesh and
recognizes
blood.
greatness.
I can't say that's all too comforting. How trustworthy is this Geralt character? Is he not the man who went missing after the Great Fire 21 years ago? I would remind you that Flayn is now here with us as well. I beg of you, please consider whether this is an unnecessary risk.
Sedith, they have my trust. Let that be enough for you as well.
Sedith needs to
More
stop
importantly,
thinking
I
with
have received
emotion
a
and
report
think with
from
his
Shamir.
head.
I am increasingly concerned about a matter regarding our suspicious individual. We cannot ignore those who harbor ill will toward the Church, especially if they are frequenting Garrick Mach.
Yes, that matter is of great importance as well. I shall continue my investigation. Rhea, for now I will have faith that you are placing your trust with the utmost care. I pray that nothing occurs to shake that confidence.
As do I. He just does the one dance. The little...
Of course.
While exploring the monastery, R stick to move the camera, plus and minus buttons to zoom in and out. B and Y to hold in to dash. B or Y. Your first task.
I assume you are already aware that you will be teaching here at the Officers' Academy, correct? To start, please speak with the 3 house leaders. You should also take a look around the academy and acquaint yourself with your new home. That is your first task here at the monastery.
Cool.
Please let me know if you accept it. Once you have finished, come and speak with me. May I ask a favor of you?
You should speak with every student you can. This might be your only chance to see what they're really like before you become a professor. Informal introductions. Rhea. Speak to the 3 house leaders and gather information about the students in each house. The students can be found in the reception hall on the 1st floor throughout the Officers' Academy. I get ×1 sword, ×1 veterinary, and 500 gold. Except quests are tasks given to you by people around the monastery. Those who can give or are involved with quests will have icons above the head. Okay. Consult the quest menu to see the quest you have accepted. The icons beside each quest insist their status. Icons for essential quests are red. Let's get it.
Ha! I imagine you were a bit surprised that I recommended you as a professor here. Frankly, we had someone else in mind for the role, but they ran off during our dust-up with the bandits. Can't entrust students to someone who's abandoned them once before, huh?
You saved the lives of the students you came across. That, at least, was admirable. Now you should make the rounds. Go around the monastery and see that you greet everyone.
Minimap. The minimap in the upper right corner of the screen shows your current location, the locations of important people, the direction to quest givers, and more. Zoom or change the map view with ZR button.
So, you've accepted a teaching position here.
See.
Hey, I was hoping you would lend your strength to the Empire. I never properly introduced myself, did I? My name is Edelgard von Plessberg. I am the princess and heir apparent of the Adrestian Empire. I wonder if you'll be tasked with leading the Black Eagle. Would you like to know more about any of the Black Well, some think I'm a bit distant, arrogant even, but there's little to do. One day I must rise to become Adrestia's next emperor. What else? Well, it seems to me that we may have similar personalities. Hubert is the heir of Marquis Vestra. He has served me since I was a child. You may think his blood runs a bit cold, but actually that's rather accurate. Still, if you can get past that, you'll see he's quite astute and reasonable.
He looks cool.
For some reason, he thinks of me as a bitter rival and is always trying to challenge me. It's terribly irritating. His house is that of Duke Ayr, which produces Adrestia's prime ministers. That family is, perhaps, too pleased with its own status. He's remarkably intelligent, but he only wishes to apply himself to tasks that particularly interest him, and nothing else. He's also fond of, well, napping. If he had any work ethic or sense of duty to speak of, I suppose he would be destined to become an official of the Empire. He's the second son of Count Burgleys. He has no inheritance in his future, which is perhaps why he's always so eager to prove himself.
Okay.
He's overly energetic and rushes headfirst into any battle. If he ends up in your care, be sure to keep a close eye on him. She's Count Varley's only daughter. I suppose you could say she's a bit eccentric, but she seems like a gentle soul. I believe she shut herself away in her quarters and doesn't care to leave, but don't worry. I'll make sure she finds her way to class.
Got it.
Few commoners have joined the Black Eagle House, but Dorothea is an exception. She's a
Dorothea?
songstress from a famous opera company in the Empire. I'm not entirely sure what brought her to the Officers' Academy. To the west of Fogland is an archipelago called Bridget. Petra is the granddaughter of their king. Bridget is a vassal state of the Empire, which is how she came to be enrolled here. She's incredibly smart and studious.
We always need that.
So, you've accepted a teaching position here. I am the I wonder if I hope you've had a chance to meet everyone. Would you...
Okay. That's a 1.
Greetings! You must be the new professor. What a pleasure. As for me, my job is to stand here at this glorious entrance and leisurely watch over the comings and goings of everyone. Make folks smile, you know? And by that, I mean to vigilantly guard this entrance with my very life. No levity whatsoever. As of now, nothing to report.
Well done.
Yes.
Why is that still
So,
over
you've
her
accepted
head?
a teaching position here. I hope you've had a chance to meet everyone. Would you like to know more about any of the Black Eagles?
What do you think?
Damn, these graphics compared to like all the other Fire Emblem games I've seen on YouTube are crazy.
Well, scored a teaching gig here, did you?
I
Talk about a
did.
great first impression. I guess that means I'd better introduce myself properly. I'm Claude von Regan. I'm from
After
the ruling
begging
house
me
of the Lesser
to
Alliance, but
join
don't worry too much
his
about all that madness. I'm guessing you don't know which
His
class you're
empire,
teaching yet,
now
do you?
he's properly introducing
I bet
himself
you
to
like
me.
ours. We're not as difficult as the other two. Have you met the folks from the Golden Deer House yet? Care
Nope.
to know more about anyone?
Hell yeah.
Piqued your interest, have I? As luck would have it, I'm pretty curious about you as well. But what's life without a bit of mystery? Let's just spend the next year or so learning about each other little by little.
So let's see. He's got no strength, but he's definitely gonna help by being able to swipe at people from a distance. I like that.
He's the heir of Gloucester territory. If you haven't already picked up on it, he's a bit arrogant and fancies himself a ladies' man. That said, deep down he's really devoted and honest. Though I wouldn't mind never hearing him talk about his noble obligations ever again.
I like his jacket.
He comes from a merchant family, but his parents died in an accident. Seems like he's had a rough life. Despite all that, he's just about the most cheerful guy you'll ever meet. His passions are training, eating, and actually that's about it.
Chance to so his defending ability is Goodie Basket. Chance to recover up to 10% of max HP at the start of each turn. Trigger percent equals LCK stat. Strengths, axe. I don't know what the other symbols really are. Alright.
He's the second son of a merchant family. Since his brother will inherit the business, he's training to become a knight. If you ask me, it doesn't seem like he truly wants to be a knight. He's probably just doing it to please his parents.
Defending ability, Watchful Eye. Grants plus 20. Okay. I gotta figure out what these little icons mean. Sword, arrow, whatever the flag is, a feather. It's not too strong.
Lysithea is the daughter of Count Ordelia, and is probably the youngest student here. But watch out, she gets angry if you treat her like a child. As for me, I do it on purpose. You have to make your own fun in this place, you know?
What's cool with Lysithea is her defending ability, Mastermind, double skill experience earned in battle. That's pretty solid. She has a lot of weaknesses though, but she looks like she's good at magic.
Marianne is Margrave Edmund's daughter, and that's pretty much all I know about her. She doesn't interact much with other students, so I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of folks here have never even heard her speak.
Defending ability, Animal Friend. Unit recovers up to 20% of max HP at the start of each turn when adjacent to a cavalry or flying ally. That's pretty cool. She has a lot of strengths and few weaknesses. Marianne may be important to the game. Maybe have Marianne in there. Lysithea.
He's the heir of Gloucester territory. If you haven't already picked up on it, he's a bit. That said,
I like this so far. Hilda, let's this up.
Hilda is the only daughter of Duke Goneril. It seems her father and brother coddle her quite a bit. If you look up lazy in the dictionary, her picture won't be there because she never got around to submitting it. Not too unusual for a noble, I guess.
Her defending ability, Advocate. Adjacent male allies deal 3 extra damage during combat. That's pretty cool.
Leone enrolled because she wants to be a mercenary. I think she said that her father is a hunter. She's pretty blunt and as stingy as they come. A habitual saver, too. I think she's hoping to repay her village for helping to send her here.
Her HP isn't too strong. Neither is her strength. If a male ally is adjacent, Unit deals 2 extra damage and takes less 2 during combat. With 0 weaknesses, Leone, he may be on the team, maybe first pick.
Hilda is the only. If you look up lazy.
So it seems like you can only have either Hilda or Leone, and then go with, like, I don't know how many people you can have in a team. That's the only issue. Once I find that out, then I'll figure out how to take advantage of
He's the heir of Gloucester
unit steal
territory.
2 extra
If you
damage
haven't already
and
picked up on it, he's a bit
information.
arrogant. That said,
Damn, that's loud.
Hey, are you that mercenary? Everyone's been talking about you. I'm Hilda Valentine Goneril, and her name is... Marianne von Edmund. Are you joining the Knights of Saros or something? Well, I look forward to seeing more of you.
Bet. Okay, what else is here? Anyone?
Ah, you must be the renowned mercenary who rescued Claude. Honestly, you should not have troubled yourself over the likes of him. My name is Lawrence Hellman Gloucester. You will want to remember it.
I like Lawrence.
Are
Wow.
you someone's guest? The dining hall's that way, if that's what you're looking for.
No, Raphael. That's Captain Gerald's kid. Hi, I'm Leone Pinelli, Captain Gerald's first and greatest apprentice. I'm sure he's told you about me.
Nice to meet you. I'm Raphael Kirsten. Who are you again?
Doesn't matter. But I like the way I like the cut of this chick's jib.
The Golden Deer House is for students of the Leicester Alliance. Our house leader is heir to the Alliance's leadership, House Regan. We have plenty of other prominent nobles as well.
Okay? This classroom belongs to the Blue Lion House. Our house leader is Prince Dimitri. All of us here hail from the Holy Kingdom of Fargus.
Must be nice.
Hey there. Are you the mercenary who saved His Highness? It's an honor to meet you. I'm Sylvain Jose Gautier. Feel free to say hi whenever you like.
Okay?
Hi there. You must be the one everyone's talking about. I'm Ash. Great to meet you. This here is Dedu. He serves Prince Dimitri.
I have heard that you rescued His Highness. Words cannot express my gratitude. Should you ever
Everyone
acquire
here is
my
so
strength,
nice.
please know that I will hasten to repay this debt.
I have heard all about what you did from Prince Dimitri. As a citizen of Fargus, I thank you.
He also said you're quite skilled. And he doesn't just say things like that. I look forward to sparring with you and beating you.
Felix, must you always speak of fighting right away? Oh, and, you may call me Ingrid. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
And as do you.
I have heard all about what you... Oh!
And who's this? You don't look familiar at all. Do you work here at the monastery?
Oh, Mercy! Do you think this is that mercenary people have been talking about?
Now that I think about it, that does sound like something Dimitri may have said. I suppose you'll be enrolling at the Officers' Academy too, then?
Yeah.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Mercedes, and this is my best friend.
I'm Annette. It's nice to meet you.
Alright. Everyone's quite cordial around here.
Okay.
That's Hey!
This is the classroom of the Black Eagle House, which is for students from the Adrestian Empire. Our house leader is Princess Edelgard. There are many other nobles among our ranks as well.
What? I don't talk to strangers.
Bernadetta, this is no stranger.
Jesus.
Our house leader owes this person a great debt. Is that not right? I am Ferdinand von Eyre, legitimate son of the Eyre family, the Empire's foremost house. Are you going to join our class? I look forward to getting better acquainted with you.
Well, aren't you just lovely? Is this your first time in the monastery? Shall I show you around? Oh,
no.
My name is Dorothea. Before I joined the academy, I was a member of an opera company in the Empire. You should hear me sing sometime.
Negative.
Is it true that you saved Edelgard? That's incredible. The name's Caspar, by the way. Pleased to meet you.
Won't be the first time I'm saving this place.
Sheesh, Linhard. How'd you get into the academy with those manners? So, are you a student here too? Maybe we'll be in the same class.
I am Hubert, a humble servant of Lady Edelgard. I heard you came to the aid of Her Highness. You have my most sincere thanks. This is Petra. She has come all the way from Brigid to study in the Empire. Back on her archipelago, she is actually a princess. In Fodlan terms, she would be called an heir to the throne.
Hello, I am called Petra. I am pleased to be meeting with... I am pleased to have met you.
Hey!
Am I missing someone?
Please accept my apologies for the other day. You came to our aid, yet I hadn't even the courtesy to properly introduce myself. I am Dimitri Alexandra Blaithid, Crown Prince of the Holy Kingdom of Fargus. Of course, at the Academy, I am delightful. In any case, I hear you're investigating the different houses here. Did any of the blue...
I appreciate your effort.
Gang, gang.
How are you enjoying your time at the Academy thus far? I hope you have found our halls brimming with the vitality of well-intentioned souls.
I suppose it is time for you to take charge of one of our 3 houses of students. I must note that I am personally against entrusting someone as lacking in trackable history as yourself with such a task.
Jeez.
But it is as the Archbishop desires.
The Black Eagles, the Blue Lions, and the Golden Deer. All so different. I hope you've made it a point to get to know each of them.
Since you are new here, we have decided to allow you first pick. Manuela and I will take charge of the remaining 2 houses.
Kind of like this group. Let me go back. No, I'm good.
So you have chosen the Golden Deer led by Claude, correct?
See.
Your heart has made its choice, then. All I ask is that you guide these open minds with virtue, care, and sincerity.
They are all promising youths who bear the weight of Fodlan's future upon their shoulders. I hope you appreciate what an honor it is to lead them.
Brother? Oh, I am so sincerely sorry. I did not mean to interrupt.
I'm in the middle of something, Flame. Is it urgent?
No, it's nothing. More importantly, who is this?
This is our newest professor at the Academy.
Oh my! A new addition to the Officers' Academy! I am so very pleased to meet you, Professor. I am Sedith's little sister, Flame. I am so happy to make your acquaintance.
Let us focus on the topic at hand. There is something you should be aware of. In a few days' time, there will be a mock battle between the 3 houses, intended to gauge the current progress of the students. We will be using this battle as an opportunity to ascertain your own abilities as well. Please do not disappoint the Archbishop. That is all.
That is all.
Wait, what? Are you really our new homeroom professor?
Is that true? You aren't quite what I had pictured. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean that the way it sounded.
I was sure you'd be roped into joining the Knights.
Don't tell me. You chose this class just to get to know me better, right? I'm flattered, really. Whoops. Now that you're our professor, maybe I should choose my words more carefully.
I don't like this Claude character.
Oh, well then, since we're pretty close in age and all, I suppose formalities aren't all that necessary.
One must truly marvel at the exceptionality of this appointment. Becoming a teacher to students almost the same age as yourself. How unusual. I've heard you are a skilled mercenary, but I cannot shake my discomfort at your new position.
Are you really as strong as they say? Let's see your biceps. I bet I packed on more muscle than you.
I doubt that. Apparently our new professor was personally recommended by Alois, one of the Knights.
As far as skill goes, I saw it with my own eyes. What's more, Teach here is the child of the most renowned former captain of the Knights of Seros.
I heard.
Yeah, Knights of Seros
There's no
was
way a
good.
child of the captain isn't worthy. It's simply not possible. The captain? Who are you talking about? Captain Geralt, of course. The most notable captain of the Knights of Seros and a peerless
Basically.
mercenary. Huh. It doesn't matter what you think of him. Captain Geralt deserves nothing but respect. Well, after working as a mercenary
dead be
alongside
dead.
a father figure such as he, I have high hopes for our professor.
Just because someone is special doesn't mean their children are special too, Lysithia.
Assuming that a child is going to be exceptional just because of their lineage is a bad idea. Don't you agree, Marianne? Huh? Oh, yes, I suppose so.
Well, we can find out for ourselves in battle. I can't wait to see what tactics you've learned from the captain.
A battle? Shouldn't we have a welcome party or something first? I'll get the meat.
How savage. I propose a nice conversation over tea instead. I am more than willing to procure some high-quality leaves.
Tea? You can't get to know someone over tea. There's no meat involved. It's not a party.
Your common sensibilities are grating to my noble ears. Please quiet yourself.
Sorry for the bickering, Teach. As you can see, the Golden Deer House is a rowdy bunch. We're not especially unified. You'll find nobles and commoners alike here. Those who are dedicated to their studies alongside slackers. But hey, that just makes your life more exciting, right? I really hope you're looking forward to the year ahead as much as I am.
I do remember them speaking about the terrain effects. There are new places to explore in the monastery. Receive 1,000 gold from the Church of Saros as funding for this month's activities.
Say, while you're here, I'd like to use this device I designed to determine whether the power of a crest resides within you. Won't hurt a bit. Promise. You don't know about crests?
No.
Well, allow me to tell you everything. Absolutely everything about them. Is your calendar clear? This will take a while. Crests are a fascinating topic. But before one can dive deeply into said topic, one must first understand what crests are. They are power incarnate. They are said to have been bestowed upon humans by the goddess countless ages ago. They exist within the flesh and are passed down through bloodlines. Those who carry crests may excel at magic, display exceptional strength, or any number of boons. Each crest has its own power, the nature of which is beyond mortal understanding. For now. I suspect as much.
Well, was that my only option
but
is
we won't
to like
know
ask?
for sure unless I look into the matter. As I said, crests are passed down through the blood. However, just because someone carries a crest does not necessarily mean their descendants will inherit it as well. Only a scarce few descendants of a crest's bloodline end up inheriting that crest's power. Perhaps one of your ancestors bore a crest, and you just happen to inherit it. That is how a crest usually presents itself, after all. Yes, of course. I'll get to the bottom of it straight away. Now then, please go ahead and hold out your arm over this device here. What is this? A pattern I've never seen before. Is it possible an as yet undiscovered crest has been detected? To think there are still
It's
crests
possible.
out there that even I am unaware of. How thrilling! Ahem. Pardon my unrestrained jubilation. I have much to consider. You may leave now. I have more research to do in regard to this crest. Yes, so very much more research. But for now, your work here is done. What could this line here be indicating? Perhaps it represents a lack of symmetry. Or perhaps... What in the world? Oh, I see. It may be connected to that, but to a greater degree than usual.
With each moon, professors of the Officers' Academy receive a schedule for the month ahead. It notes the days on which events and missions will take place that month. Pay careful attention to your schedule, so that you may thoughtfully plan what you intend to do each month and when.
Got it. The monastery schedule features different events on different days. Each week you will have one day off, when you may choose an activity from the list. Excuse me. Your only opinion at first will be to explore. Or option, I'm sorry. Select the calendar with the directional buttons to view the schedule. It's your first day off since arriving at the monastery. Use this time to get to know the students, the professors, and the facilities. God dang. Review this month's schedule. Press A button to review events or skip ahead to certain dates. Alright. Alright, so this is where I'm gonna save the game. I just finished the prologue and the first chapter, I guess, or first quest. Alright, your boy C Money is about to go take a little break from this and then come back in a little bit. Please, thank you for watching, thank you for following, thank you for jumping in the comments. You can find me on Instagram for breaking sports and news videos. I just came out with another one yesterday. cmoney.exe on Instagram. Twitter at IGotDMVSoul. For my replays that I have on Twitch, I upload them to YouTube so that way you can watch them if you're not watching live, all good. YouTube.com/Mr. July 4, or if you're in YouTube, Mr. July 4. And of course on Twitch, twitch.tv/Mr. July 4. If you're already in Twitch in the search, Mr. July 4. This is Fire Emblem Three Houses. We're the Golden Deer. I'm C Money. Till the next episode, peace and love, everybody.